Live streaming and recording. Assalamu alaikum. This is Martha Nyla Williams Abdullah. Do we have any hosts on?
Yeah, you were muted. Speak talk. Assalamu alaikum.
Alhamdulillah. Alaikum assalam. I was just about to dial Sherry and say, is the weather stopping you all?
Oh, so the whole time y'all couldn't hear me, huh?
No.
Oh, okay.
Alhamdulillah. But we're live streaming. You can just begin.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Well, let me start again then. With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. But we thank Allah that He blessed us to see another day. Uh, Now I'm James Bashir, along with Brother Nate Muhammad, and of course Imam Wali Ayyub Bilal, our founder and CEO of Bilal's Inc. Of course, we have Sister Sherry and Sister Martha. Those two sisters, we all have to mention them because they are an integral part, a serious part of setting up this program, making sure everything is running smooth. You know, without them, man, it's like trying to, I don't know, it would be very difficult. So we thank Allah for them. But as always, you know, the work continues. Right here in Philadelphia, you know, we allow industry to do for self. You know, we just can determine to make this allow industry a reality. There's no way getting around it. We have to do it. Everybody's building. Everybody has have things established already in terms of business, but except the African American. Everybody, everybody's doing something. They have some type of foundation economically, in terms of education as well. Because I mentioned Chinatown again briefly. Now, there used to be in one section. Now they didn't cross the divided line was like the expressway, like Vine Street. They didn't cross Vine Street. Now they 2 blocks, two, 3 blocks into North Philly. They even have their own school down there, yeah, amongst other things. So I mean, everybody's building, and I'm just saying Philadelphia. And as I mean building. If they're not doing something for themselves, they actually some of the power companies here. You have Philadelphia Gas Work. They control the gas here in Philadelphia. You have Pico. They service the electric. So from time to time, some of their jobs they have to contract out to a private contractor and let them do the work because they some of the work they can't cover everything. So even just the other day, I'm riding around, I see a private contract. They put in those long telephone poles. So evidently, Pico had to contract some work out. That's the only way that could. That's the only way that could happen. They contract it out, and then the people I saw doing the work, they didn't look like me. Well, that's okay. I mean, well, it's not okay, but we're not mad with them. But it's just it reinforced the fact that we have to do for self. So we have to really progress and keep this just keep on building. Now, last week, I think it was last week, me and Nate was around at the plant. So we a lot of work got to be done. We have to clean up one little area near the door, so we can at least move in and out. Clean that area out, and then some. We're going to gradually go in there and do what we can. Be steadfast and be constant, but constantly keep working at it so we can clean all that debris up out of there. But the goal is for any eventually before any construction can really go on, we have to eventually we have to clean that building out. So that's what we're in the process of doing. Now there's certain zoning laws that are in effect. So we the way the plan is right now, we will go to some type of living apartment complex building. Of course, that's addressing another need here in the city of Philadelphia, housing. So that's going to be building some senior citizens apartments. Then again, we hope to have some retail space. We're going to sell some meat, but it won't be like the processing plant we wanted because that part of the city is not zoned for that. So we just got to make do. We had to change the plans a little bit, but the bottom line, we still be addressing a very serious need. That's housing, and also having some businesses on there, some retail businesses on part of the building process. Now at the Philadelphia Mass year, when Nate comes on, he'll tell you more about what's going on over there, from day to day. He's over there every day. I'm there pretty much for Juma. And what I can say is that the people are coming. They're coming. I mean, young, old, middle aged, they're coming. As Nate just said, Allah, he sends them. He sends them every Friday. As I'm out there on security on the front, and they be coming. We got the youth. Matter of fact, we get accustomed seeing certain people. If we don't see them, you say, "Man, wonder where they at. I hope they are okay." But that's just the work. The work continues. Now, again, we had a lift for people that are wheelchair bound. You know, they had to get inspected. First, they had to get fixed, then they had to get inspected. Now that's up and running. So now that relieve the burden of having when the believers come and they're wheelchair bound, we don't have to take excuse me, take two or three brothers to lift them up and carry them into the masjid. They can just roll down. They just go down to the lift, and we put them on the lift. Excuse me, and then we just take them up to ground level where the masala is, and they just go right into the masala with the wheelchair. You know, so there's a lot has to be still has a lot has to be done. You know, we have to keep striving and make sure that one day we have good leadership in terms of the kutbas. You know, you know, so we have good leadership where they can really give kutbas that people can really understand. They can really benefit from. So we just is to keep our prayers to Allah and just keep on working. But the goal is at the masjid, man, to really have brothers come together and talk and discuss things. At one time, we used to do that, but due to disagreements with the leadership at that time, they had to stop doing that. But the goal is, man, to have sure brothers meeting and talking, discussing things. Eventually, have families do the same thing. But first, you gotta get the men together. The men are the leaders. Yeah. So it's the same way with the halal industry. Same with the masjid. It's a work in progress. There's no giving up. It's something that has to be done. So we have to just keep working at it. Keep working. Keep working at it. This Friday, inshallah, I intend on being out there, being on front this Friday. Brother Nate, like I said, he's there every day. So he knows firsthand what's going on around there every day, you know. So again, he can tell you more in depth that the work, basically is progress has been made. Again, going back to the lift, that may sound basic, man, but that's real serious. People coming with them in them wheelchairs. It ain't no joke. You gotta lift them up, take them up the steps, lift them up the steps and bring them back down. Going up, that's where they can go right to the lift and get on, take it like an elevator, take it right up to that. That's a big help and a benefit. So there's no struggle, nobody. So we have to, so the work, as far as the building itself, you're going to keep working at that, you know, keep working at it. Try to get to do as much be consistently and try to get as much out of there as we can. But eventually we're going to have to, the goal is to get all that trash out of there. So when the building has to get torn down, all that trash can't be in there. Some of the stuff is good. So we just filter out what's good, pull that on the side, get that out of there, but give it away. But it won't be able to stay inside there because eventually we got to get all the good and the bad got to come out. Because eventually the buildings are going to come down. Because the goal is to have those apartment buildings, apartment complex built. They're going to have some retail businesses on that ground level. So just stay, just keep us in your prayers. Make it do our for us because we come successful. Everybody else going to benefit from this. Everybody's going to benefit from this. This ain't no. We keep to ourselves. No, as I just said before, we going to housing, jobs. No, that's going to come out of this. Eventually, we're not stopping there. So we talking about a total community, you know, the economic needs, educational needs, the spiritual needs, you know, and that's the goal here. So we just want to, so it's gonna take it's been taking time. So all we can do is be steadfast and keep working, keep our prayers to Allah, and just ask Allah to help us, keep us strong, keep our family strong, and just keep on working at this. Because we just have to, we as a people, I'm talking about African Americans, we have got to do for self, we got to have our own, like everybody else has. All other groups have their own. Said- said- We want to have that school, have that school back where it used to be, even better than it used to be. At one time, the Philadelphia Sister Climate School in Philadelphia, I think at the top, at its peak, it had 450 students. Just under 400, you know? And then when we talk about having a school, we want to have a well-equipped school, curriculum, teachers getting paid the same amount of money they get in the public school. That's why we got to look at it, you know? And, or more, as Imam Bilal said, or more. No, no. So we can't just looking at that's nothing we can do like we done in the past. People got to get paid according to their skill. School teachers, that's a serious job, very important job. They're gonna be teaching our children. So and so so it has to be done right. You have to have a science lab. At least eighth grade, you gotta have a science lab. So all that, a whole lot. The gym, top-notch gymnasium. Uh, you get into sports. You have our own high school basketball team fighting for the city championship. Yeah, it can happen. Yeah, there used to be a Catholic school, St. Tommy Moore. And I think they won the city championship in the early 70s. I forget the exact year. 72. Yeah, Nate Muhammad just remind me, 1972. Who they beat? Ben Franklin? No. Oh, Simon Gretz. Oh, they beat Bartram. Oh, yeah, that was 72 Bartram. I left in 71. 72 Bartram, Kobe Bryant's father, Joe Bryant. He was I think he was the star of Bartram then. John Bartram, class of 1972, John Bartram High basketball team. Joe Bryant. So, see, we can have that too. See, Muslims, maybe we can play sports. And then the book tells we can't play sports. See, a well-rounded, balanced community. Economics, education, athletics. Then we up with the spiritual, that's number one. We can do all that. People be coming to us that's trying to find a job. That's one thing. That's one thing that you can't get away from the economics. Because it's in the Quran, the men are the protectors and maintainers of the women and children. So that's our job to go out there and do the work, spiritual work, and that physical work, taking care of the women and children. Because certain things has to be done. When you have a household, you have to take care of your family. Just what you need air to breathe. Trust me, you got to pay that the gas, electric, water, food, air. Yeah, after air to breathe come those. So you got to have it. Yeah, got to provide for your family, and that's just basic stuff, but it's serious. Yeah. Yeah. You want to be warm in the winter. You want to be cool in the summer. See, to get all that done, but to get to accomplish those things, it sound basic, man. But it can be serious, man. When the jobs are not plentiful. With us, so we will determine to create our own jobs. Yeah. Start that process because it has to be done. Because we have to have our own. So it's work, and it's more work, but it's all good. Because Allah will reward us for all the good that we do. For all the good that we do. So you hear in the city, in the switching to politics, this quickly. That's one of the things we're going to get into the politics too. We're going to run our own candidates for all these offices eventually. You know, local, state, and federal. Yeah. And we're going to and see we in the politics. We got to be fair about the situation. But the stuff people need. I just mentioned when you're the man of a head of a household, got to make sure you provide the food, clothing, and shelter, spiritual leadership, and also food, clothing, and shelter. Got to feed and clothe your family, take care of your family. Now here in this country, they're fighting over health care. Yeah, and that's a necessity. People are going to get sick. The children, the youth, the young, the elderly. Now, for you not to have make it hard for people to get health care, that's not good. So that's one of the things why we have to be economically independent. So we got to do for self. You know, since we got to be going through this stuff about health care, people going to get sick. So we have to have a health coverage that can cover that. We have a company, but in this what's going on now is they don't even want people to have health coverage. And that's serious. Now, President Obama, he started he came with the idea of having a Affordable Care Act. So he started that when during his administration. He got that off the ground. They fought him tooth and nail. We're just trying to make healthcare affordable to the common person. That's all it is. Make it affordable. And they fought him tooth and nail. And the current occupant of the White House, he came in there. He didn't want to. He been trying to do away with it for ever since he's been in office. So he want to do away with it with Obamacare. But then again, I mean, with the Affordable Care Act. Then again, but no, if you want to do away with that, then what's your backup plan? No backup plan. People need health care. Now, we not against we not against people the wealthy because we all want to become wealthy. That's the goal. Become wealthy. Take care of our families, our community, and make sure everybody has what it needs. You know, plenty of money, so they can do as they can do as they can buy things when they want things. Just live a good life and also invest the money well. So the next generation, go next 2, 3 generations after, they got a foundation to stand on. Right? See, that's what other ethnic groups do. You know, with the current occupant in the White House, they don't see it that way. And then you had certain, you kind of had him, the Democrats kind of like had him benched, almost had him in a corner. Like then you had 8 of them broke the ranks. They say, no, they want to go ahead and open the government up. Yeah. But still, no guarantee. And their reason was that the Republicans say they will talk about it, we'll negotiate later. As much as they've been lying, you know you can't trust them. I mean, it's just crazy. You look at that sad state that let you that lets you know we got to do for self. Now, just as I mentioned, housing shortage around the whole country. People need health care. Our elderly, the children, they need health care. You can't get around it. You know, people gonna get sick. So with this current occupant, you can't, you don't care. Make it so bad, some people still voted for him, and he don't, and still they go here and still vote for him. You don't care nothing about them. So again, so the work just goes on. We got a lot. We just got to keep. We got to keep on working. We have to establish something for ourselves. Keep our prayers to Allah that He help us, that He preserve us. Make sure we stay healthy. Make sure we stay on the Sirat al-Mustaqim, the straight path. Make sure that the law, make sure that we don't get pulled off the straight path. That we don't give up. Keep us strong. Because we got because people some of the people that's looking at us, they got to see examples. They don't see too many examples. So they look at us, allow industry. They want to see when them brothers there. They trying to establish something, and that's what we have to do. We have got to get to work about doing something for ourselves. Talk about the businesses. We got to do it. It'd be good if some of these type subjects could be addressed over the Kuppah, the second part of the Kuppah on Friday's Juma. You know, because a lot of people there at Juma. Now, Allah send the crowds. Excuse me, send the people. He ain't saying nobody in there. Excuse me. Because I see him coming. Matter of fact, Ray Charles will see him coming. And they be coming. Young, old. So we can't say ain't nobody there. But till we can get the right direction over the roster, but the masjid, we in our industry, man, we gonna keep on building. You know? So we have to be the example. See, man, we are the example. Right. Yeah. Yeah. People may not say it, man, but we are the example, you know. See, Satan, he tries, man, but he said, no, I don't be messing with them, that our industry. I'm leaving them boys alone, man. That's what you want to do, but make Satan throw his hands up, man. But that man, Bilal, man, he been around here for years, man. He just can't shake him, man. Shake us. Yeah, yeah. That's the man Bilal just said. He can't shake us. But that's how we have to be, you know. You realize how Satan can work. You know, you getting fed up and everything. That's gotta check yourself. You get fed up and afraid to throw your hands up and oh man, I'm getting tired of this stuff. You can't do that. You gotta your Satan in there somewhere, whispering. Yeah. So we gotta again, this is gonna be ongoing until we get the job done. We still be talking. As a matter of fact, we hope to have our own TV stations one day. Let me put an S on that. TV stations. Yeah, everyone. Now businesses, buildings, schools. So middle school I guess from kindergarten through the eighth grade, then high school, and then we won't stop there. We're gonna have colleges. You know, it can be done. It can be done. Allah's God, man. Allah takes care of His rights and service. Can't say Allah don't do His job. That's how I'm talking now because Allah allowed me to wake up today. That's right. And I'm talking. Got my hope and strength, man. So Allah, matter of fact, you breathing. Allah done His job. You don't have to do it now. Because we all gonna leave here one day. It was up to Him. It's only that rest with Allah that you're gonna leave here. But while you're here, you want to make some progress. Because the goal is when Allah call you back to, they grant you the paradise. You know? So with that, I'm gonna read the PSA. American Muslim 360, the #1 Islamic radio station in the nation. Support Muslim Journal digitally or manuscript or both. Muslim Journal is 60 plus years in existence. Support Graceline community in their efforts to educate on financial literacy and promote financial functionality. Why? Historical disparity primarily amongst the medium, low to no income persons. Join us every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an edition of the Halal Industry Do for Self with your host, Imam Wali Ayyub Bilal, President, Founder, and CEO of Bilal Inc., and co-host James Bashir and Nate Muhammad. The interest of Bilal Inc. is to establish economics for the African American people, descendants of the slaves of America. This program is to encourage people to unite and to build economic strength, to establish community life by doing for self, to build the model community.
Yes, thanks, Brother James. This is Nate Muhammad, the Halal Industry, Do for Self. We like to just again start with Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, merciful redeemer. I like to just continue with what James was saying in reference to the around the masjid. Yes, yes, I be through there every day. I have a little thing with myself that I like to give back to the masjid for what it gave me. And I always try to um, inform or ask the believers, that especially the elders, to come back and share their ideas and their journey. Because the people that's around here, they don't have a clue. Well, let me rephrase that. It's a very diversified crowd around there now. And a lot of them come from, you got West Africans, Pakistani, Egyptians, as well as our people. And they are not aware of the history of Philadelphia Mashia Clare Muhammad School and our journey, how we got to where we at today. And I was trying to get the people, those who experienced that journey from our legacy, to share it with the people because they're very receptive because they want to know. Just like what was that Thursday? A bunch of about 4 or 5 Indonesian came through. Now these are younger kids. They all excited. They heard so much about it. They wanted to see for themselves. And like how James said, the people are coming. The people is always coming through the doors every day. I see it. And they wanted to know the history. They done heard all, how did y'all withstand and got all this under these present conditions? Oh, I tell them through the grace of Allah. Allah is the one who guided us through all this. Wasn't us. We didn't know what was going on. We had to submit to Allah's will to try to figure out what's happening. And then once we figured out what's happening now, we know that Allah is behind everything. Everything starts with Allah. Don't nothing happens out here without Allah's permission. I don't care whether it's right or wrong. Right. If Allah permitted to happen, He permitted to happen to enlighten you or to chastise you, one or the other. Because Allah, He tells us that all the good come to you is from Allah, or the bad come to you from yourself. So when we have the history of what happened and how we dealt with it, that's what the people want to know. How did you survive it? What were some of the strategies or the techniques that you used to navigate through all the madness? And I always tell them, our destination was being and directing us towards being halal. I'm a firm believer of that based on my experience, right, based on the things that we've been through and based on what we've seen. Allah was guiding us. All we had to do was look at and realize it. Look at what He was showing us, not complaining and criticizing and pointing the fingers. No, that comes from this society. This is where my little talk today is about halal and the haram way of life. And we look back at the road that we came through nothing but pure haram, pure. Our destination is to get to be halal. We done experienced all the right and wrong, good and bad. We done experienced that. Now we experience the halal and haram. Now that's the highest you can go. You look at doing things with Allah's name, halal, permissible by Allah. We doing what Allah want us to do. He want us. We have experienced how to treat the people, His creation, how He wanted us to do. We already seen it from the haram way, how they treat the people. And the difference with the haram way is that they don't move through the permission of Allah. They do individually. You can see how everything is set up, that it goes by what man do. Man put you in a predicament and force you to do everything. They put you in a situation that you have to submit to him, as they say, do or die. On the other hand, Allah puts you in a predicament, and He asks you to decide which way you want to go, how you want to deal with it. You can deal with it the right way, the wrong way, as He would say. But He showed you. He showed you both sides, both ways, so you can determine which way you want to go. Because you got whatever way you decide, all the good come to you from God. All the bad is from yourself. So that's the difference. You over here a wrong way, you ain't got no choice. They put all the drugs, alcohol, tobacco, everything in our neighborhood, and we have to deal with it. We have to deal with everything where we're, yes, that's tough. That's the way it is. No, Allah wants us to clean our neighborhood up. He wants us to have a wholesome atmosphere where you can raise a family, build a community. This is why we talking about the halal industry. Do for self. We want to unite. We want to unite under Shura Bainam. That's what Imam Muhammad left us with. Lead with what Allah says and do things with sure. Imam left us with Imam Muhammad. May Allah be pleased with him. And he left all that there so we can build a model community. And that community is being built and being governed around what Allah says. Majority time. And yes, it will be the Sharia. That's the law. That's where we can govern our community with. Not the law here, there, even though we respect it. But they tell you that justice is blind. They got a lady standing up with a towel around her eyes. She can't see what's going on. Allah has everything laid out for you. This is what you want to do, how you want to do it, to help make it easier for you. And this is all what Islam is designed, to make it easier for. Society is hard. The haram way is very hard. Look at the people. The people are going through all kinds of changes. Look at a young man, just what this football player guy just committed suicide. And my heart went out to him because he was frustrated and didn't know where to turn. When you frustrated, don't know where to turn, and you're going to go ahead and commit suicide, that's bad. That's bad. And we say that our sincere for him, we concerned for it. Our heart go out to him, but that's what society don't leave them no way out. We get in a situation, we always can turn to Allah. We get in a situation that is rough and we're struggling with it. Oh, we appeal to Allah. Oh Allah, this is a little bit too rough for me. I need some assistance, some guidance. what? And here come Allah sending somebody to you to help you out. The whole thing about everything about I'm saying is that whatever it is, we the one going to do it. Got to do it. You have to do it. Allah's not going to do it for you. He can point you in the direction. He can give you all the things that you need, prep you and prepare you to deal with it. But you the one has to deal with it. And this is why we're saying around the masjid is just being there. The people that see faces that they haven't seen in years, or constantly, like James said earlier, some people come in, and if we didn't see them in a while, we would ask them in concern, what's happening? You all right? And that there means a lot to them. They see you and a big smile jump on their face. This has just made it easy because you don't know what that person is going through individually. And I know coming out of this society under this harammanship, it catching hell. I know there is no doubt in my mind. The masjid was you to come where there's peace. We have peace. We bring peace to the people, the tranquility. Oh man, I love coming through here. Oh, this just made my day. You understand? You need to come out more often and just sit with the brothers to share the warmness. It's there. It's already been established long time ago. It's been established long time ago. This is why I was saying we have to be able to recognize the haram and the halal. The haram, they don't lead with what Allah wants. They lead with what man wants. That's the whole difference. They try to institute a prayer in everything, but it's secondary. It's not the primary aspect. It's not leading with it. That's the whole difference. And you lead with the halal. It's from the kindness and the warmness of your heart. How they said we didn't change our condition. In order to change our condition, we had to change the condition of our heart. Yes, we did that when we came in the Nation of Islam. And the first thing we had to do was eliminate the flesh of swine. First thing. Out of everything else, write the letter and all that, you got to give up that flesh of swine. And why was that? And as years go by, we start to interacting and understanding the importance of cleaning out your heart. The flesh of swine contaminated our heart. It had us wide open for any kind of filthiness to come in, the drugs, alcohol, and the tobacco. The drugs, alcohol, and tobacco contaminated your mind, clogged it up, blocked it up. But the swine contaminated your heart. And once you cleaned out your heart, and what you do, if you're going to tear something down, you got to put something new back in its place. You put Allah there, your faith in Allah. The one who call a Muslim, the one who submits his will to Allah. That's the Muslim. So when we go to deal with the people, we're already dealing with them from a halal disposition because we share the warmness, the peacefulness. This is why they say the Muslims is always peaceful. They're not the aggressor. They're always peaceful. Why? Because they lead with what's in their heart, doing what Allah wanted to do. Man, he's almost heartless because he moves off of what's on his mind. And he's always want to turn around and enforce his will on you. And if he can force his will, he want to break your will. No, we give our will to Allah. And that will is our attention. Give our attention to Allah. In the haram, they want you to give your attention to them, what they call control. They want to control your lifestyle. This is why we get the freedom, justice, and equality built around what Allah wants us to do. not what man wants. And when we come in here, when we go deal with the people, we deal with them on that pretense. Me, myself today, my mind is already constructed to move halal. I eliminate that whole haram lifestyle. I can see right through it. Not to be arrogant or anything, but I stay humble. We come around, I told James, and we were talking to the Imam about Fisabilillah. When we go around the masjid, come in the masjid, we do things Fisabilillah. Yeah. You say, why you do things Fisabilillah? That keep me humble. That keeps me humble. Because I appreciate what Allah had bestowed on us. And now we busy trying to establish, building this halal industry. And I'm using all that, what I've learned from that, to build this structure. The people come to you, the people is the one who get things done for you. I learned that in construction. You treat the people well, the people will put out for you. You be fair and honest to the people will trust you.
Right.
But by us leading with what Allah wants, it's not about me. It's about us. It's about building a structure that all of us, all we got in common with it is La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. And that's what I like to build around that structure. I don't want to build with what our legacy and how we come in. That's already intact. That's already that's already part of me. But now we on the level dealing with mankind now. Yeah, we dealing with mankind. And all we got in common with everybody. I told you earlier that the masjid is very diversified. There's a lot of people from different all over. And we can be able to relate to them based on what Allah wants. They can identify with us based on what Allah wants. And as long as we lead with them, we can always have their attention. And that's all we need is their attention, because then now we can share our wealth. Our wealth is our experience. And guiding in the direction where we want to go. Where we going? We're going halal. Where we want to be? We want to be halal in everything that we do. Now that's gonna take time, and it's gonna be a struggle. I know everything is not done overnight, but we can start the groundwork about being an example of what we're talking about. We the example. We're not trying to put our will on anyone. We're not trying to do that. What we want to do is to be the example for the people. When we say halal, or they halal. I remember being around the same masjid, Philadelphia masjid, and they would always say, "Oh yeah, there go Imam Bilal's gang or guys," but they knew we stood for behind Imam W.D. Muhammad. May Allah be pleased with him. They knew that. They know that to this day. When we come in, they already know who we with and what we are about. So they already got their eyes on us. They're already checking us out. But we just want to be a brother to them. We want to be a Muslim with them. We got people with different school of thoughts around there. They're different than where we came. That's not a threat because, again, we have confidence in what we're about, how we went about doing things. We're confident about where we come from. I don't take no back seat to nobody in that matter because we earned that right. We earned it through the trials and tribulation that we encounter. We established the right. to be called. I still say Bilal. That's still part of my language because I understand and I appreciate what's behind it. It is something that can help mankind as well as our kind. This is why what keeps me grounded with it, because we can share with the people. We looking at things where they're gonna come, those who coming behind us. We have to lay out something that lay out things for those to come behind us. I don't want to send my kids and family a bunch of wealth or no money. That now we're gonna look. You got to take on this banner. We're taking it to the next level. We're not going to move the way they did it in the haram way. They want to leave the kids all kinds of wealth and all that. I watched a lot of friends of mine. The parents passed away and left them the house and all that. They wound up getting caught up in the crack thing and lost everything. I said, that ain't the way to do it. No, we got to do something different. We got to come with another, better approach in order to get this here done. I want to just, I see we got a hand up. I think that's Bilal. Bilal, you have the floor.
Allahu Akbar. Assalamu
Bilal.
alaikum.
My salam.
I was, alhamdulillah, blessed to hear Brother Thomas. Allah forgive his sins, give him paradise, twin serving the peace of something he had said a long time ago. So praise be to Allah. We have a little issue. I'll put this out there first. We have a little issue trying to get money for 501c3. Some taxes that we got to deal with. So I'm putting it out there so people, would know and want to help out, go on and help us out. So praise be to Allah. This is a poem I wrote. I like to share. So alhamdulillah. The twin servant of peace, founder of Ayyub 360. God rewarded him for taking care of other social needs. He indeed left a great legacy, helping his community to establish peace, building a place where people intellectually respected and their voices protected. We must continue to develop Ayyub 360 and CWSC. We ask that Allah forgive him his errors and grant him paradise. He served God wholeheartedly, a mercy to humanity. We ask Allah mercy upon his wife, Dr. Aisha Kareem, and his entire family. Seeing that they always have what they need, Aisha Kareem, a very sincere worker in Allah's cause. None of our good deeds will ever be lost. Toma left us a legacy of faith. AM36 and CWSC continue to progress every day. Aisha and others will never give up, and Allah may they totally trust. We know that to establish peace is tough. Toma reflected the best in us and our group aspiration. What he left is improving ours in other conditions. We are in a good situation. Our outreach is growing. Let's increase our charity. We must secure the powerful institution. Our Imam said it's Quran, Sunnah, and mutual consultation. A great servant of a God. We all still benefit from their perception. So we thank Allah for what we have in the Halal industry and all the different formats that we have throughout our community. I say when the need is there, I have to respond. So praise be to Allah. I'm giving inshallah, I'm gonna give $100 every month until this I think it's $4,000, $8,000 be accomplished. It won't take us long to deal with that. So we won't stop. What we have to do, we have another outlet that's gonna help to deal with that. But that's something I think I'd like for Sister Nala to express to us, because she do it a little better than I do. But I'm sending out letters to all the different managers in our community, doing the writing campaign and asking for their support and telling what's about. I'm just waiting for her to send me the letter, and I'll get it out to the managers so we can go on and keep on moving along and progressing like we're doing. So praise be to Allah. Let me tell you something. This not This not a download. This an upswing. You know, so
That's right.
praise be to Allah. All I see is progress. All I see is progress. Because I'm with the best. So alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Mike Salam. Thanks again, Brother Bilal. Uh, okay. All right. I like to let you know I like to donate some money towards that tax thing. We have the same problem here in Philadelphia dealing with the taxes, and we all. It's up to us. Again, Allah's not going to do it for us. We got to do it. We got to bind together, put our little pennies together, and take care of our business. Right now, we might be struggling with it, but everything with every hardship come ease. We already know that. So therefore, the effort that we make, we'll push out to make it happen. So yes, Bilal, you can put me down for that $100. I'll send it in as soon as possible. Okay. Yeah. Uh, with that, we also have another hand up. Is that Muhammad Sharif?
Yes, it is.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How you doing today?
Fine, sir, and you?
I'm doing good. All praise be
Alhamdulillah,
to
alhamdulillah.
Allah Akbar.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to bring up two things. That is, are you familiar with Imam Abdul Kareem and pardon me, and what's his name? Abdul. He's one of the pioneers in Philadelphia.
Abdul?
Yeah, Abdul.
No.
Man.
Now, that Abdul Kareem, I don't know him just like that. Probably know him if I know him, sure I know it was him.
Yeah, we probably know him.
No, it's not Abdul Kareem. It's Abdul.
Abdul Alim?
Yes, right. Abdul Alim. Right. Right. Okay.
From Nashidah, yes.
That's
Yeah.
right. Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm familiar with him.
Oh, yeah, right. You know, he's one of the pioneers in the community there.
Yes, sir, he
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he's on a program this past Monday on MAP 5, Muslim American Coalition for Good Government.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, Monday? Okay.
Every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Yes, so he was on the program a couple of times. I told people I was going to let everyone make it known to them. They can go on YouTube and put in his name. That was MAP 5, Muslim Coalition for Good Government.
Okay.
Just go. Just put it in on your YouTube, and that was this past Monday, and it'll bring you right up to it.
Okay. Oh, so it's not coming through AM 360.
Oh yeah, it comes through AM360, but it's been done already this past Monday. Last
Okay.
Monday, it's come through AM360.
Okay.
Called
All right.
MAP 5 every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. Well, I just wrote it down and I'll be there.
You're right, right. Uh-huh. And
Okay.
also something else I want to mention, that is, you know about the telethon, the Muslim Journal telethon that's
I
coming
was going to,
15th?
yeah, I see it as the telethon for AM Journal. I was going to mention
Right.
that later on, but you can address it. Can you share some information for us?
No, only thing I'll just say is you go to the Muslim Journal telethon,
It's for
November
Saturday.
15th.
Yeah, that's Saturday.
Okay, so you know it, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I seen it. I see it. It's bro. It got a flyer up
Right.
with Sister Martha. You
That's
know.
right, got the fly on it.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
aware of it. So we'll be participating in
It's
that too.
11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'm trying to
11
get
a.m.
everybody to support the Muslim Journal. I think this is the first time the Muslim Journal did a telethon.
Yeah, this is wait. You said it's the first time they doing this?
First time.
Okay,
Time.
alhamdulillah.
Right.
All right.
All right. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for taking my comments and keep on doing what we're doing. Keep on
Yes.
doing
All right. I look
what's
forward
good.
to the Monday at 1 o'clock. Eastern
Right.
Standard Time.
Uh-huh.
So I'll be there.
Okay. All
So
right. Well,
okay. Thank you for your comments. You
you're quite
know,
welcome.
alhamdulillah. See, this is what I talk about. That the same thing. We open dialogue. We open to be informant so we can share what's going on around us. And it's nothing wrong to reach out for support and help. But that's what we always did. This is nothing new. We've been already accustomed of going out when people reach out. We all bind together and do whatever we can to make it easier for the believers that's who's struggling to make things happen. That's right.
You,
That's the
you
whole
know,
purpose.
yeah, we got to pass on to the younger people. So, people came in. We talking about the young ones that came in after 1975. They don't know how you got to where we are. So we got to let them know this is how you got here. This is how
But
we got here.
that's my point that I was asking the believers to come and share their story, share their journey. All of us, Allah made us all different so we can learn from each other. And we all came different routes, even though we was under the same roof. But it was different. And everybody looked at things different, but it was the same. So if you share your experience, somebody might can tune in with you, relay with the way you came about doing it. So and at the same time, we can that experience when we talk about our experience, it's almost like it rejuvenates you because
Right, right.
it's a lot of weight you get off your chest or yourself, and it's out in the open. Because this where we come from. We were just saying it earlier. Ain't nobody come through nothing like that. Like
Nobody.
that, nobody. And it don't make us better than nobody. This is why we always give back to the community. And again, this is keep you humble, not arrogant. We stay humble, you know, and show our appreciation, glorifying what the Lord and blessed us with. And let it feed off, the people feed off of that. They get your vibes, they catch your vibes and your spirit, and they builds around that. That help uplift their spirit because our light is very dim, and we want to raise the light up, and we get the spirit from the people. The people, Allah moves through the people. They the one that uplifts everything, not a business. Even though we can use the business, but the people is what make the business work. Nothing starts without the people. Nothing stops without starts without the people. That's why Allah don't want you to take advantage of His highest creature. In this society, that what I was talking about through the Haram takes advantage of the people. They don't care about the welfare of the people. That's how I can tell that you don't have God in your heart. You don't have Allah built around you. That's how I can see. I see all that. By your action. You ain't got to tell me. I see what you do. The people will sit there and tell you how you are based on what they see, how you move. That's why we can't force our ideology, but we can be an example of what we're talking about. And that's what the people see. And we don't have to go out and you don't put no monetary wealth on that approach. No, you don't have to pay. It is not for sale. It is to share with the people. Allah is the one gave you and guided you to where you at. You didn't have to pay astronomical money to get that. All you had to do is do it. And it strengthened you from a sincere standpoint because you're leading with your heart. One thing about your heart controls everything in your body. It shoots blood to every section of your body, especially when you need it. So the heart is the greatest to me. The heart is the greatest thing within your body. And then it comes your mind. That's why society contaminated your heart and contaminated your mind. And that's why when we came through the Nation of Islam, the message for that black man, it started cleaning us up, cleaned up our heart. So then it cleaned up our mind. And then Imam Muhammad came and uplifted us, physical, mental, and spiritual. See, this is the road that we came, pointing us in the direction how to worship Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him. That's what letting you know how I say we really to deal with mankind because we don't have no hang-ups about who we are and what we are. And when we sit down at the table, we bring a lot to the table. But we have to prove it to ourselves. That's why the brother, we got to reach out. He reached out to us. We have to support him. We have to come to the aid. We know how to deal with, that's how we deal with our kind. But we have to go deal with mankind. And that projection that or that image that we project leads us on. And quiet as they kept, they looking for guidance from us. I watch all these people come through the masjid. They looking for help. They looking for guidance. I'm sitting there. I deal with them every day. And all we can do is be the best example as we can towards them, and give them a word to the right. That's all we can do. And remind them, whatever you do, you have to do it. Allah is gonna bless you for your effort. And that's all we can do. We don't want nobody else's ideology. Somebody gonna come and tell us how to serve Allah. I don't need you to tell me how to serve Allah. I submit to his will. I'm not caught up on other school of thoughts. I'm not interested in them. I'm interested in doing what Allah said. How Allah said that. That's my always argument with some of the brothers, the believers, that you don't put nothing in front of Allah. And if we have a 5 pillars, we push and establish those 5 pillars because they are designed for you to excel. These 5 pillars been in existence over 1,400 years. And the religion is growing. Is growing in leaps and bounds. So it has to be something about those 5 pillars that's beneficial. And this I'm arguing with back, and I'm sure you heard me time and time again about the the Hajj and the Umrah thing. That's a different school of thought bringing that in. And I tell them, no, you can't. If you've been to Hajj, it's all right to do the Umrah. But you can't put the Umrah before the Hajj. I tell them the Umrah is like a vacation. The Hajj is an obligation. That's the difference. That's the difference. That what you go through during the Umrah is nothing compared to what you got through during the Hajj. And that's what Allah wants us to all see. And that is usually be my stand. And I don't take the back seat to that. You know, when they see me, oh, here come Nate. Here I come. You know, what we're going to do. You know, I'm not going to sit here. Matter of fact, out of nowhere now, this is funny. I was sitting doing something. I'm doing something, and this person came and asked me, "What's the difference between the Hajj and the Umrah?" I said, "Allah, what you playing games with me?" You know, but she didn't know nothing about what I was talking about. But I said, we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. And I explained the same thing. The vacation towards the obligation. It's mandatory if you can do the Hajj. It's not mandatory you do an Umrah. You don't have to do an Umrah, but you got to do the Hajj if you can afford it. And they said up there, well, the Umrah is half of the Hajj. Well, wait another year and get the other half, and then go to Hajj. You can't get around that. And then when you're going to tell me that the Hajj, the Umrah is just as equal as to a Hajj, I'm going to tell you, get out of my face with that foolishness, man. You don't know. Yeah, don't come say nothing to me. That's an insult. And if you've never been to Hajj, then don't talk to me. You know? And if you've been to the Hajj, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know? And that's our stand, that we are here to make it plain for the people. We simplify everything. We came through the religions. The Imam Muhammad taught us on a common sense level. He didn't take us on a magic carpet ride. That's right. He kept everything down to earth, kept it simple. Made it clear, as the Imam said. You can't ask for nothing more than that. And then we look forward to when we go out. We're only a product of what we've been conditioned to. That's our attitude. And if that's something that you don't appreciate, alhamdulillah. Only Allah knows what and where you stand. But in the meantime, we're going to continue to move on. All right, look, we got another hand up. Huh? Is that you again, Bilal?
Yes.
Oh, well,
I'm
then
gonna
you
tell.
got
I'm
the
gonna tell
floor,
a little
brother.
story.
Huh?
I'm gonna tell a little story. So much we can't touch. Not about luck. God we trust. Enough isn't enough. Peace is a need. Free to be me. God the only reality. We seek to help humanity as a mercy, serving up the Most High. That's how we live. That's how we survive. Won't live alive. Shaitan go bye. Hear the babies cry. Ignorance must die. Spiritual suicide. Um, Another mother left alone, singing a hopeless song. Man did her wrong. Family destroyed. Boys playing with toys. Gold chain. Part of a game. Insane. Killing each other. Can't live together. Blood money don't make life better. Cold blooded can't be trusted. Greed, no peace. Never enough. You're not that tough. Still riding the bus, dreaming about a freak out truck. Mag wheels. The devil made a deal. Time never stands still. Can't pay your bills. Dreadlock out of the box. Weed, and more weed. Where's real peace? Mind absent without leave. Rolled up another one. Having fun. Why you need a gun? Made a mistake. Too late. In outer space. No faith. Trying to escape. Maybe yesterday. A criminal. Things not rational. You aren't practical. Got to have them. That's the problem. Addicted to a lot of nothing. That's not living. Charity, why aren't you giving? A wasted life. You won't sacrifice. Wrong for right. Where's your universal insight? Ignorant bliss. Politically sick. So societal misfit. A beg on the street. Give some money. Free to be free. A way out of poverty. Fulfilling need. A world of greed. A lost soul. Can't carry your own load. Trying to live twofold. Should have done what you were told. Scripture for the best future. Trinity, still not free. Didn't nobody die for me on the cross? I choose to be my own boss. My life isn't a coin toss. I refuse to gamble. God is all forgiving and merciful. Let's be more grateful. Being my own savior, stop denying I would create a favor. Honest labor, my own sweat, passing life tests. That's foolishness, more God consciousness. Assalamu alaikum.
Islam. That's very well put, brother. I got to tell you, you still got to get that book hooked up, brother. Just yeah.
Yes, Allah.
Now I know
Yes,
you
Allah.
get there, but we're going to continue to encourage you to do that. All right, we're going to take a PSA. break. And I see we got Brian. Is that you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna bring you on after the PSA. All right.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. This is Nate Muhammad, the Halal industry. Do for self.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Nate.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, James, you are on mute.
Hello?
Hold on. James is, let me see, his mic is muted. Just your mic and my
Okay.
mic is open, Brian.
Yeah, Sister Martha, I
Where
thought I
is
was going deaf.
James? James, are you on Bithi or you're on America Muslim 360? Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm sure James is presenting on Muslim Journal reminder
Yes,
that
sir.
Saturday, November 15th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. will be the first time telethon, as we were reporting before. And Graceline. Graceline is, these are affiliates with Community-Wide Sure Conference. And Community-Wide Sure Conference is in the midst of our strategic planning and sharing that every Wednesday and every Thursday, 1 p.m. to 5 on Wednesday and 2 to 6 on Thursdays. This is the strategic planning, which involves all of the directors of the intelligentsia components. James, are you with us yet? Okay, I think
I see they have
he,
their mic is muted. Is it
yes, I
possible
think
that you
he
could
left.
connect with Sister Sherry and get them to unmute the mic?
I'm looking at if they can hear me.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Should be right here.
Okay, we got an echo.
You
I
got
might
it?
have two phones on.
Straight now? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Thank you, sister,
Okay.
for being patient. We had a little bit of
Alhamdulillah.
technical difficulty, but we got it.
Okay.
All
We
right,
got it.
appreciate you.
Okay, I just finished with the PSA. So and you can continue on with uh Halal Industries, part of the PSA.
Thank you, sister. All right, coming up is our good brother, Brian Ali, as I call him, the professor. Brian,
Yes,
you
sir, I'm
have the
here.
floor.
Yeah, I lost you. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. First, I want to start off by saying thank you to the brothers for giving me another opportunity to speak. I'm not going to be able to rhyme like the last brother, so I hope y'all bear
Yeah.
with me. But I'm going to start off as I always start off with giving and extending the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Islam.
I was listening to something you said earlier and about the differences between the brothers. We
Uh-huh.
come from different backgrounds, and come from different communities. But there's a commonality that we should embrace, actually, that we don't seem to be embracing amongst ourselves. We seem to be putting up the narrative that is more divisive than it is uniting, because they want to say, we're the young Muslims, they're the old Muslims, or we're from this community, they're from that community. Well, we're from here and they're from the Nation of Islam, so we have differences. That's a minor point when you think about the grand scheme of things. But what I'm trying to say is simply this: we are told that to be a real believer, a mu'min, you must want for your brother what you want for yourself.
I mean, that's for
Is that right? That's one for your brother what you want for yourself.
that's correct.
And the church talks about loving thy neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Love your neighbor like you love yourself. But there's a component that they've left out of both, even though they both are scripturally sound. It's that, what do you want? If you don't know what you want, how can you want that for your brother? What do you love? If you don't love yourself, how can you love your brother?
Can you be on? Mm-hmm. No, it can. No,
Hello?
so down the ship.
Hello?
Wait, yeah, Brian, you got it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was getting feedback. So if we don't know what we want, how can we want for our brother what we want for ourselves? If we don't even express or show love for ourselves, how can we love our neighbor? And in turn, how can he love us if he doesn't love himself? Not selfishly, but having a consideration for the humanity. Let me go further. We've heard, in particular, Brother Nate say this all the time. Man gets what he strives for.
That's right.
Is that right? Man gets
That's
what he
right.
strives for. What you strive for is what you want.
I mean,
And if what you want is correct, that's what you want for your brother.
that's right.
But sometimes we're not really striving like we should be, but we're out of our mouths saying what we want, but we don't actually do that. In other words, sometimes we say things because they sound correct and we try to look correct. But do we really do correct? I want for my brother what I want for myself. But if what I'm striving for is incorrect, that means I want something incorrect for my brother?
You have to.
Wow. We have to think about what we're striving for.
I mean, yeah.
And a lot of times we're talking about what we want, but our actions are exactly the opposite of what we say we're striving for.
Yes. Yeah.
James Baldwin said it this way. The writer said, I can't hear what you're saying because your actions are speaking so loud.
Mm.
See, some brothers profess to want peace, but they do everything to create havoc. Some say they want health, but they don't do anything to get healthy. Some say they want money, but they have made no steps to strive for any kind of wealth or economic stability. So what do? We've got to get to the origin of us, or at least how we were born. We came out of the womb. The baby comes out of the womb. The baby has nothing but love, and you express love for a newborn baby right out of the womb, right out of the box. Well, I shouldn't say out of the box, but the baby is loved right out, and the baby looks at you almost a blank canvas, absorbing everything in its atmosphere, everything around it. The baby is emitting love right out, right from the get-go. That was us just a few years ago. Some of us a few more years ago than others, but we were emitting love right out of the box. And so the parents wanted almost more for the baby than they wanted for themselves. Sometimes if they didn't have the wherewithal, they made sure the baby had food. Sometimes when they couldn't get a new coat for the winter, they made sure the baby had a new coat for the winter. Sometimes they extended themselves. Why? Because they wanted for the baby even more than they wanted for themselves. Allah wants for you the best of everything, but you have to be receptive of it. He's not asking for anything. So the baby didn't really ask for anything. The baby had love, but the baby also knew what it needed, what it wanted. It wanted to be fed. It wanted its diaper to be changed. If there was pain, it let out to let it know to stop the pain. Because the baby knew what it wanted, and you wanted for the baby what the baby even wanted for itself. That's a sign of real love. See, this world can promote and foster hate because the devil wants you to hate. They don't care. And as a matter of fact, he would love it if you hated him because they spread the hate throughout the atmosphere. So now that you have hate going around and vibrating, it's in the air, it's polluting the air, it's polluting the water, it's polluting the soil where we get our nutrients. The hate is thick. Right now, it's almost intolerable because we don't want for our brother what we want for ourselves. You want peace? Be a peaceful person.
That's right.
That's right. That's where it started.
You want love? Be lovable. Because if nobody loves you, you don't know love. You can't give love.
How about that?
And you don't know who could be of use to you, valuable use to you. I'll give you, for instance, in 1965, a 4-year-old nearly drowned at the beach, but was rescued by a woman named Alice Blazé. 9 years later, that boy saved a man at that same beach.
Mm.
That man was Alice's husband.
They did something.
She didn't know when she saved that boy that he would save her husband 9 years later.
Mm.
That's what love does. That's how love acts. Love is not asking for an award or a reward. Love is love like that, not just, oh, I love you so much, baby. We only get to the romantic love, but we forget about the other love, the nurturing and the caring, the consideration for each other without wanting someone to reciprocate. The baby can't really actually reciprocate. The baby emits out of its pores the love that made the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Made the baby.
Right.
If we take that signal, we can begin to see that Allah loves us. How? Because he gave us everything we got. There ain't nothing you can give him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't get him a Creator Day award for being the best creator? No. And he's not asking for anything. But it is incumbent upon us to at least be grateful and show our gratefulness by being what we were created to be, the one who cares and caretakes the whole of the earth and all the beings within the earth. I said last week we need to wade in the water. That means we got to get involved in removing some of this hatred that's being spewed out, injected into the social, political, economic centers of the world now. They want us to hate each other because they know once we gain a consideration for each other. In other words, when you love somebody, you help them. And you're not asking for them to reciprocate. When they hurt, you hurt. You feel an empathetic hurt and a pain because this person that you care so much for is hurting. When you have that kind of consideration for another human being, the world starts to feel the vibration of love and understanding, if you will. So we don't have so many wars when you got love and understanding.
Absolutely.
We don't have so many hate and hating each other because we got love and understanding. You come from over here, but I come from over here. But it's all right because it's still the same earth. You speak this way, but I speak that way, but it's all right because we're the same creation. You call God one name and I call him another name, but as long as we're trying to worship the one true God, it's all right. Is that right? It's all right. We got to be at a point where we can at least acknowledge that what we're striving for is what we want. And what we're striving for is usually what we get. But most of us only know about.
We got the same thing. Same thing.
Hello? Most of us only seem to understand or have a consideration for our favorite celebrity or our favorite athletic superstar. We know all about them and we profess to have a love for them, even though we've never met them. And the people right in your block, right in your house, we don't show the same consideration for them, even though they can reciprocate. That one superstar athlete, that one superstar entertainer, that movie star, they'll come to your city and say, "Oh, we love you, Chicago. We love you, LA." They don't, because there's only one of them and there's millions and millions of you. But imagine if the millions and millions of you at least profess to love one other person and want at least for that one other person what you wanted for yourself. Now we got millions of people looking out for millions of other people. So we don't go chasing after some billionaire and asking for his advice on how to live. Have you ever seen them joyous? Have you seen them happy? You've seen their children talking about them. You've seen their children not even having a relationship with these ultra rich people. So why are they still striving for more money instead of striving for world peace? Why are they chasing after more money instead of trying to extend an economic uplift to the downtrodden communities around the globe? What is it has distorted them so much, perverted their thinking so much, till all they can strive for is more money, more money, more money? That's something that we've got to take into consideration when we turn and look at them as though they are the pinnacle, as though they are the elite, the hoi polloi of the society. I don't really think they are, because if they were, they would be happier. They would be extending a gracious hand out to others. Listen, the amount of money they have, they could never spend. 1,000,000 seconds, if we looked at millions, is about 11 days, 10 or 11 days. But 1,000,000,000 seconds is 33 years. 33 years, that's how much bigger million than a billion is. And I think a trillion might be in hundreds of thousands of years. Or 33,000 years might be a trillion. But long story short is they could never spend the money that they have. So why are they hoarding this money? Why are they getting themselves together and getting behind someone who also produces and promotes hatred and disdain, and then will collaborate with others to promote hatred and disdain, and then pretend to be offended when you call them out on it? Ooh, ain't that something? Don't forget, we're the ones who made the billionaires by buying their goods and services. When the late night host Jimmy Kimmel, when they tried to suspend him, the people stood up and said no. And within 2 days, the answer no resonated. It was back on the air. They understand real power. They understand real influence. But we got to talk to them in a language that they understand, which is a green language, which is a money language. Now, if we can just get to the point that we know what we want, and we can say what we want, then we can begin to strive for what we want. And if we strive for what we want, in that striving for what we want, we must declare that I want this also for my brother. I want this also for my sister. I want peace, so I'm going to be a peaceful person. I want love, so I'm going to be lovable. Because if you're not even lovable or worthy of being loved, how can anybody love you? And if they can't love you, they also ain't loving themselves. So we're just spreading more distrust, more confusion, more hatred around the whole of the earth. This is how people can start wars. This is how children can shoot other children in schools. But if we begin to attach ourselves and desire, look at little elementary school kids. They see something happening and another child and they didn't have a lunch. They say, oh, hey, you can have half my sandwich. Here, I'll share my cupcake with you. Not even concerned that, well, how come his mom ain't put no cupcake in there for him? How come he don't have a sandwich? No, they want for their friend what they want for themselves because they have that capacity in them before this world tries to get to them and make them selfish and self-centered instead of selfless and generous. You can take a little baby's bottle and say, oh, can I have some? And sometimes the baby will look at you and keep sucking on the bottle, but other times the baby will hand you the bottle. They don't have that selfishness in them. They have a concern that's been intuitively put in them by the Creator. And it's our natural inclination to share, to not just want, but want everybody in the group. That's how groups form. That's also how gangs form because they're showing them some kind of love, some kind of consideration. You're one of us now. We take care of our own now. But that's how they start to separate us by getting us into groups. And this group will take care of itself, but no one else. We don't need that. We need to have love and understanding for the humanity and really want for our brother what we want for ourselves. And if we strive, one more time, if we strive in that direction, the whole of humanity becomes a better place for lottie-dottie everybody. Not just you, not just me, not for this group over here, not for this group that has a little few dollars, not for this group who has political clout, not for this group of intellectuals who think they're superior because they have intelligence. It wasn't designed to be that way. We're not designed to be that way. We're going against our own nature by trying to be other than we are, by trying to act other than we are. Selfishness is not natural. Selflessness is natural. When somebody, I give you for instance, I hate to put you on the spot, brother, man, but when my brother passed away and returned to Allah, and I called our beloved brother, Imam Bilal, he dropped everything that day and stayed with me that day, took up with my family that day, drove me all around town to set things up that day. That's selfless.
That's what we do.
That's why we were created. And he did not deviate for a day. And wouldn't I, hey, man, take some money for some gas? No, I won't hear of it. Imagine if we had people around us all the time that felt that way. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, brother, man.
That's all right.
But that's the way we were created. And that's what we need to do from here on out. So what? You came from there and I came from here. Are we on the same page now? So what if you think this way or I think that way? Let's get to the root and to the truth. And let's both embrace the truth. This is the way it was meant to be for all in all, for eternity. This is the way we were supposed to act for all in all and eternity. When the shaitan comes out and says things to divine us, we've got to get into the frame of mind that says, no, we're not. We cannot allow people, if you want for your brother what you want for yourself and you want the truth, then speak the truth. Don't even accept somebody coming to you with a lie. Don't even accept a lie. If you want economic freedom, go after economic freedom, but then want that same thing for your brother, for your sister. How are you going to be resting and comfortable and you don't have any consideration for them and their suffering? Ain't that something? We are a people, and African American in particular, the descendants of slaves,
There you go.
who have not been able, or rather, they have not been able to destroy our humanity after centuries of the most heinous treatment in recorded history. And they have not destroyed our humanity. And they have not destroyed our faith. And we can still be civil and civilized. And we can still have a compassionate heart and an empathetic heart and a brave heart to show how we are created, why we are created, and who created us. Because you will see there ain't no real God for a Muslim except right conduct. But when you meet somebody and they sound right and they act right, like Brother Nate said, you have to check their heart. Put their heart in check. Put your heart in check. Because that's where we will meet, in our hearts. Our minds will come later. Our brains will come later. Our intellect will come later. But first, our feelings, our emotions, our bond will be with our hearts.
That's
But he
right.
said, if the heart is right, that morsel of flesh in the center of your body, if that is right, everything is right. But if it's contaminated, then the whole body is contaminated.
Right.
So if we find somebody that is that way, we have to want them to get well. And the only way to get well, sometimes we have to speak to them in a manner they might not like.
Yeah.
But then our parents give us medicine that we didn't like. Then they give us medicine that we didn't want to take. Then they put mercurochrome and alcohol on cuts that stung like none of your business. But it was to make us well. They wanted for us what they wanted for themselves, to be well, to be healthy, to be sustained in a way that you could pass that same consideration down to your children and your children's children and so forth and so on. They all will have a consideration for the humanity and for their children, their children's children, because they learned it from watching you. They felt the love that you had and they spread it around. This is how we were created. This is who we are. So I'm asking everyone, and I will conclude. Understand who you are.
Yep.
Know what you want. Know why you want it. And then want it for your brother too. Not the selfishness, not the foolishness, not the chaos, not the lying, but the truthfulness, the peace, the love, the harmony, the togetherness that we feel when we're in that good place. That kind of love that makes you make that joyful noise. We need that. Because if we're making that joyful noise, we're not angry with each other. When we're making that joyful noise, we're not lying to each other. We're not backbiting each other. Matter of fact, I see today, and I promise to end, and I will. Some of the younger ones, some of them. But I'm going to ask the brothers there, Brother James and Brother Nate and Brother Imam.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we saw each other, we walking to and from the mosque and we coming for something. How did we greet each other? Hey, salam alaikum, brother.
That's right.
With a joyful noise.
That's right.
That's man, you wanted something for your brother. You wanted to spread that love around to him. You felt a connection to him or to her.
I mean,
But now we got people, salam alaikum. They almost nod, man. Don't even not even a consideration for us.
Mm.
Let's get back to greeting each other in the right manner
I mean,
because that opens the door.
mhm.
And then now you want for your brother
What you want for yourself.
what you want for yourself.
That's
I
right.
will now leave you as I greeted you with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, I'll let-
My slime, Brian, that was Brian Ali. Of course, we call him the professor.
There you go.
Uh, we look forward to him every week to come with a very potent statement.
I mean,
This time it's about wanting for your brother what you want for yourself.
I mean,
And this go right on along with what we was talking about earlier
I mean,
about the halal and the haram. We want to have what he have described is the halal way, how we go about to greet each other. He also described the haram way, how they blow each other off,
yeah.
disregarding. The key is recognizing what's going on around you. Allah put these here signs in front of you for you to pay attention to, not to fall apart over it. You know, we're sitting there talking about back then about how each generation is a little different than where we might have started off. We coming out of the baby booming area, and then there's people that came before us.
Mm.
But all of them keep talking about the good old days. You know, them good old days is done. You understand? Because society is spiraling out of control.
Mm. Yeah.
But we're not done
That's
because Allah done made it easier for us.
amazing.
All we have is to pay attention to it because He's exposing everything in front of us. One thing we just have to look up and give it our attention. For instance,
Yep.
all these things that we've been accustomed to, Zada, we can't do it no more. But we're looking at it from a halal disposition. All we have to do today, before we used to have to go to the library to study, to figure out something, to learn something. Today, all we have to do is Google it, go to Lexus, and they'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
And that's through the grace of Allah. It done made it easier. We might look at it as technology and it's different, but it just made things easier. You want to find something out? Google it. Oh, Lexi, she tell you whatever you ask, she'll tell you.
Mhm.
That's great. I was just sitting there, I said, I can't sit back and worry about, oh, they're the youth, they all out of the way, off the chain, they with the drugs, the gun, this, I can't worry about that. I gotta worry about we got to establish for tomorrow. We got to prepare for tomorrow. We have to give some attention to building something for those to come behind us tomorrow. We already know this here area is down. Those who want to stay in that area going down with it. We're rising. We're rising to the top. Who's guiding us? Nobody but Allah. He's the only one guiding us. All we have to do is get on the friendship train, as they could say, and ride the tide.
I mean,
That's all we got to pay attention and build.
yeah. That's it.
Build and build collectively, not individually. Collectively. Brian made a statement that about his brother, and when he passed, yes, Imam did that to everybody, for everybody, because that's what we was taught. No, don't put a monetary figure on helping a person, a believer in distress. Be there for them to make it easier for them. This is our favorite line, that Islam is designed to make it easier for mankind.
Okay.
If we put forward
Mhm.
what Allah wants us to do.
Yes.
We're always be successful in that manner. Our spirit is great. How it all starts with us individually. It starts with based on again what's in your heart. You know we was talking about at a gymnasium how Allah we come and Allah we return. But in between all that, what are we doing? We already know Allah. That's already laid out. Are we striving to do what Allah wants? To be the best we can with Allah's name? Be merciful to his creatures. This is halal. That's a halal approach. Then when Allah do come around to get you, call you back, you're gonna be held accountable for what you did. That's all. You ain't gonna be held accountable for what everybody did, just what you did. So that's why everything gonna start with you. And it's gonna end with you. But Allah is still the greatest. And as long as we keep Allah in front of us, we'll be successful. We're going to read another PSA before we close out. It's from James Nate Muhammad again, the halal industry. Do for self. Watch it.
Assalamu alaikum. Join us every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an edition of the Halal Industry Do for Self with your host, Imam Wali Ayyub, Bilal, President, Founder, and CEO of Bilal Zinc, and co-host, James Bashir Nate Muhammad, and Brian Ali. The interest of Bilal Zinc is to establish economics for the African American people, descendants of the slaves of America. This program is to encourage people to unite and to build economic strength, to establish community life by doing for self, to build the model community. American Muslim 360, the number one Islamic radio station in the nation. Support Muslim Journal digitally or manuscript or both. Muslim Journal is 60 plus years in existence. Support Graceline community in their efforts to educate on financial literacy and promote financial functionality. Why? Historical disparity primarily amongst the medium low to no income persons.
Thanks again, James. Again, this is Nate Muhammad, Allow Industry Do for Self. In our closing remark, we'd like to thank everybody for participating in another edition of the Halal Industry. And we look forward to you next week with another edition of the Halal Industry. We always just want to remind us about the telethon, AM Journal Telethon, the 15th. Yeah. This is this Saturday coming from 11 to 3. And we would appreciate if everybody can participate in it. That is another form that's always been our limelight. That was our information. That's right. Paper. Everything good that we did always wind up in AM Journal. Always. Okay. It's just that, again, as Brian was saying, the people have to come together. That's right. And strengthen the bond with each other, leading with what Allah wants. Because if we don't lead with what Allah wants, we ain't going nowhere. We're only going to be going around in circles. We want to go forward. We want to be progressive. We have the brother Bilal was mentioned about helping. I'm sure it's AM 360 to help out with the tax. We got to reach out for them, yes. Give them some support. You know, because we're all in this together. And whoever gets successful first, we always bridge the gap, yes. Reach out to it. So we're looking forward to that there Saturday. Mm-hmm. And we also like to thank Sister Sherry and Sister Martha, always there for us. We make little minor mistakes, and they come in and resolve it. We be getting a little nervous, but they get in there. Oh, this is simple. Don't worry about it. Make it easy, as I was saying. We make it easier for each other by being there for each other. And we look forward to seeing and being in their presence. Even though Sister Martha and them all the way down in Florida keep asking us about how's the weather up there? It's cold. Yeah, it's cold. That's what it's getting colder. Yeah, I see it. It's getting colder. But at the same time, we have our best interests at our heart. We always extend the warmness towards each other. Always did that. We was taught that. We was taught to love your brother. That came from the nation. That started right there. Yeah, we came in at first, didn't liking each other. But now we love each other. Love being in the presence. And nobody can shake that. And we're always trying to pull the people together to lead in the oneness of Allah first. And everybody. And that's what we are known for within the masjid. Oh, you want something done? Oh, you got to go see Nate and them. They the one who will help you. They'll be the first one to support you in that manner. And all we doing is give them a word to the right. We're not doing nothing for them. We just sharing with them based on what we know. So we look forward again to next week, another edition of the Halal Industry with our host, James Bashir Nate Muhammad, Brian Ali, and of course, Imam Wali Ayyub Bilal, who's been always there for us. Right. Just like the sisters is there, Imam Bilal been there for over the years. Right. You understand? And now it's time for be there. It's time for us to be there for him, with him. And that's all. Again, like I said at the masjid, we always give back. That's right. We give back to those who gave to us. Amen. And that's the whole thing. To me, that's building a halal atmosphere. So we look forward to hearing from you next week. And we thank those who all participated there. And we like to leave you, as Brian say, as we greeted you. Assalamu alaikum.
They're gonna sit down.
Alaikum assalam.